do that one and then come down. See if you can keep it together. Yeah. Feel that? It's good.
Yeah.
We'll do the next one. That was great. It's coming. Yeah. Croaky. Small and croaky right the way through. Try not to let it rear. Not in that direction. Keep it in that small squeezy little spot. It's got to stay small and connected. Now just there, just as you transition between that middle note and the top note, there's a little bit of a gap where it wants to restart the whole thing. Now it's pretty much there, but the reason the top note works is when you continue what you will have on those first three notes and take it right to the top. So always pay attention as you're transitioning into that top note. You want to feel it continue from the middle notes into that top note. There should be no sense of and restarting on the top. It's got to be because most of what's working on those first three notes needs to be taken into the top, onto the top note. Come down. Good. Nice. So that is much better than what we had. Now that particular sound, we call it, it's very functional. What we mean by that is it's not necessarily that usable of a sound to sing with, but it's very useful in terms of helping us train to keep the vocal cords closed and together rather than losing the coordination. It helps us to not reach. You notice we get through up higher, and if the chords are together, it doesn't really reach. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and we're looking for that same feeling of not reaching, like we've got to then put that everywhere. So nothing we do feels like feels like that. Yeah, that, and once we're there, then we won't get hoarse anymore. This helps you to, if you keep it on the it helps you to, I guess you'd call it, they call it like the larynx stays neutral. So what typically happens as we lose coordination and the chords come apart is the larynx starts to creep up and the vowels will ma 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 ma. They'll get wider at the top. Whereas when the chords stay together, ma 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 ma, or this, we got at the top. Versus if it gets wide, it wants to change, wants to kind of, the larynx wants to come up and it will feel different. So when the chords coordinate correctly, the larynx will just kind of stay rooted, I guess you'd say. If you put your finger there, you'll feel some motion, because in order for us to be successful up there, something has to happen in here. Let me just show you what we're talking about. You'll see in action some muscles that are making this mechanism work. That after a few seconds, you'll see that it takes some of the cartilage away, and you can actually see into the larynx. And what that's doing is it lengthens your vocal folds. So when the larynx comes up, it means that what we call cricothyroid tilt, the mechanism that lengthens your vocal cords and allows you to sing higher without reaching. When the larynx comes up, it means that isn't engaging enough to reach that pitch. Okay. When we keep the chords together and coordinate, those vocal cords will lengthen out, and they will get to the right pitch correctly. As you coordinate better, the vowel often will just want to stay there more easily. You'll see the muscles, a group of muscles that are closing the vocal cords and bringing them together. So those two functions are really what we're working on a lot of the time when we talk about coordination. Keeping the vocal cords together with the arytenoid muscles and lengthening the vocal cords with those cricothyroid muscles that will stretch out the vocal cords. When the chords stay together, it kind of backs the singer into a corner, and it forces you to make a choice. You're either going to coordinate the vocal cords at that point with the right muscles, or you're just going to allow them to come apart and lose coordination. But they'll only coordinate when we ask them to. With people that tend to push a little bit as they go up higher, they might, and that's the case with yourself right now. There's a grey area. It's not like the right. So what happens is there's a grey area. It's not the right muscles are completely disengaged and the wrong muscles are straining. It's actually the case that the right muscles are kind of working some, and the wrong muscles are trying to help the process. So the goal is with a lot of these exercises is to let the mind realise, I don't need to help the vocal cords. I can actually, the muscles that are there attached to my vocal cords, I can let them do the work that they're designed to do and relax everything else. That little exercise we were doing, all it's doing is is trying to get your mind to latch onto those correct muscles so that you can start trusting them and letting the voice do what it was designed to do, rather than getting into that grey area where you start to worry because the chords aren't doing enough and you start to hold it and try to help it. The intention's right, you're trying to do something to help it get better, but unfortunately the solution causes the problem. Whereas if you focus on the function and getting the coordination efficient, those outer muscles will start to let go more. So it's a process going from this grey area into black and white. This is what I need to do, and everything else needs to stay relaxed. That's the goal, is you want to get it really clear in your mind. Okay, these are the muscles I need to sing with, the ones inside the larynx, and everything else I need to let go of because I don't need that. It's only going to compromise the sound, and it's only going to lead to confusion and hoarseness, basically. So that's a lot of what voice training really is in terms of getting the technique. reliable day to day that you're never going to have to think, oh, how much voice have I got today? There'll be some of that. The voice is never 100%, but it will be vastly more dependable than when you've got a little bit of that push going through there.